Or we Papa can sit right here with us.
So we have extra pencils if you need one.
Oh, sorry.
And Rhapsody, maybe you can help me hand out quizzes. They're on the front and the back, and I hope, yeah. And so we'll give you 5 minutes to see what you think you know. And remember, you really are trying to win the prize. The prize! Woo! It is like amazing. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Toby's like, what prize? Okay, who's helping me pass out?
Who wants to know?
Toby's helping. Okay. So let me just raise your hand if you need a pencil.
I'm the oldest.
And
I didn't see
everybody needs a pencil.
It's so good.
I'm just gonna put a few in the I got
I was like, take one and pass it down.
over there.
Hello, Chris. Hey, good. I got my video going here.
Video.
Yeah, better than money.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. There you go. All right. Price is good. Okay.
I don't know about that. Living.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a drawing and you're like submitting 6?
Don't Does anyone need a writing utensil?
Okay. I know the finger, and that's a no.
Wait, are we being timed or should we wait to start?
No, you can start right now. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Not everybody's here yet, but you know what? As soon as you lose on the big prize. I'm really looking forward to seeing who gets which one. Me too.
I have no idea.
Oh, boy. Need to be a little bit farther away. Scoot back a little.
That's right up from the
That sun shines through the, yeah, it makes it hard to see. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's better.
Chris, pull that curtain across.
Hold on, hold this one. This is really professional group. Okay. Yeah. I know. 1, 2, 3. He walks into the room. Not too fast. The crowd starts to roar. We're here because we know who this party is for. It's for Jack, the Colonel. Need we say more? He's the father of 5, the grandpa of 10, known everywhere as a leader of men. Friend to many, gathered here, let this party begin. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, turning 80? No way. Seems like he was 40 just yesterday. It's the time and it's the date. Let this party begin because we think you're great. Happy birthday, dear Jack. The years went so fast. We gathered here to celebrate you, cause it's your birthday, dear Jack, and we love you. Yes, you, cause it's your birthday, dear Jack, and we love you.
There's one more song.
Yeah, well, we have one more. Do you want to hear it? Now? Yeah, Chris said go now. Okay. But they're hungry.
They're hungry for music.
Very hungry.
I have that. My own version. You have yours.
And then mine a little bit thinner. Yeah, yours is better. It's a little small. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Solo, Brenda. Okay. Oh, wop, wop, a loo, wop, a bop, bum, bum. Got a gal. Her name's Sue. She knows just what to do. Got a gal. Her name's Sue. And she knows just what to do. She bops to the She said, now that I love best Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy. A wop, bop, a loo, bop, a lop, bam, boom. She ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. He's 77. You ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Oh, yeah, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Woo! Oh, you can't rock if you were rolling, you can stop and even open up the ball. When the record starts to spin, you calypso and you chicken at the hop. Oh, you're the dance sensation that are sweeping the nation at the hop. Oh, let's go to the hop. Oh, let's go to the hop. Oh, baby, let's go to the hop. Oh, baby, let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop. Let's go! Woo! Okay. Done, let's go, people. How about this table go first? Woo! Okay, go. Yes. And every day I get up in that house of ours or watch Jack still making improvements to our house, wondering how long we're gonna still live there. And I'm so thankful. I'm like, knowing that he's adopted and what his life could have been like. And so thankful that the two people that raised him became his parents, that they had him, and going from nothing, absolutely nothing, of what he's achieved in his life, it's so overwhelming for me, and how hard he always worked for me and for each of the 5 kids, or anybody that he knew. So anyway, I wanted to say, I know Jack will want to say a thank you, how much it means to us, both of us, to have you here. So the first person that's going to share, just not everybody has to share, of course, is my friend Sheila. Has something she's going to read. Sheila and I have been friends for 73 years. Best friends, 73 years. So Sheila, take it away.
You should stand up in the middle of the
Oh,
table.
can I stand in the middle of the table? Yeah, that might work. Well, I was looking for something. I have quite a treasure chest of memorabilia from high school. And yeah, the oxen made it every day, picked me up, and transported us over to the school. Anyway, this is the Chinook Breeze. It's from March 11th, 1960. Athletic awards presented at annual sports banquet. The annual sports banquet, which is given every year for the football and basketball players by their mothers, was held in the elementary multipurpose room on Wednesday, March 9th. The potluck supper consisted of many various kinds of spaghetti dishes, salads, and casseroles prepared by the mothers. Also on the menu was a choice of milk or coffee and hot rolls. Name cards were made of paper footballs and basketballs stuck in gumdrops. These cards were made and assembled by Nancy Comfort and Sandra Knox. Mr. Abe Moad was the MC. The program consisted of the girls trio Daphne Doyle, Jeannie Stordahl, and Dorothy Wagner, who sang Walk Hand in Hand, Mr. Wonderful, dedicated to all the ball players, and After You've Gone, dedicated to the senior players. And then it goes on to say, Mr. Moad then introduced Mr. Ken Langang, head basketball coach. Mr. Langang introduced his players and presented letters to the following boys, seniors: Sonny Nicholson, Captain Star Red Letter, Jack McKinney.
What?
Captain Star Letter, Ron Buck. Letter certificate, juniors, Steve Barkus, Marshall Bauer, and Jim Johnson. Sophomores, Brian Leroy, Terry Tomlinson. Sonny Nicholson was awarded the Inspirational Trophy and the Lang Gang Foul Shooting Trophy. Brian Leroy was awarded the Merit Point Hustle Trophy. The varsity cheerleaders, Michelle Moad, Mary Lou Kangas, received second and third year letter certificates, and Brenda Cliff received a first year letter. Anyway, this whole paper is filled with trivia for Jack to read later about what was going on the week of March 11th, 1960 in our school. And just one other thing about Brenda and Jack's romance is that, you know, when you're a freshman in high school and you get together with your girlfriends, you talk about the boys and you talk about going out on dates and that sort of thing. And we would all quiz Bren about, well, what was your date like last night? Did he kiss you? Oh no, we just shook hands. And every time we would ask, well, did you kiss him yet? Nope, we just shook hands. So I don't know why she needed that stop sign.
Right. All right. Good, yeah.
Well, I just have one real short little memory. I know it was hard growing up because my mom was part of the Merzas, and the Merzas were very controlling of holidays. And I remember Thanksgiving was always a little push and shove, but I can remember every year, it seems like you guys would go to Jack's house, and then they'd come back, and then they would take all of us to the movies. And so my earliest memories of ever going to a movie is Vicky and Mark and all of us loading into Jack's car and going to Longview. We saw Elvis Presley movies, and then I remember once going to a James Bond. And yeah, and that was kind of a special thing that Jack did for us cousins every year.
Yeah, nice.
All right, and Vicky is here now.
Vicky is here now.
Yay!
Yeah, Toby, you can show them where the food is. So, does anybody else have one they want to share? I probably should put Jack right in here, huh? Up here. Anybody else bring a memory that they were going to share? Gail?
Oh, I kept it. Well, it's just I got a lot of memories, but this one's important. It had to do with the name of a child, because one of the special children, Kristen, Jack wanted a name that worked well with Kristen and McKinney as a middle name. So I took this little card and wrote down on the card and handed it to him. You remember that card that I handed to you? It said Rachel. So I named her. And look at what you guys did.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Okay, anybody else have a wacky memory or anything? Or something you want to say to your dad or whatever?
All right, I'll
Yeah.
talk. So it's awkward.
Okay, I know.
All right. I gotta make sure Padre can hear.
Yeah.
I don't really have any great, like, we know my memory is horrible. But
Welcome to my world.
yeah. One of the things that I remember growing up is dancing, being at the dance studio and having Dad come early and watch, and I always loved that for some reason. Thought that was so special. And then inevitably, can we stop for a big gulp? He would always indulge me. I don't know why this is a special memory to me, but I think more than anything, it's not a memory. Padre is always the example of unconditional love. And boy, he's had practice with us 5 kids. Like, no matter what we've done in life, through thick and thin, loves us regardless of horrible decisions. anything. He's always there to listen, whether he likes what we're saying or not. And I just feel like Dad, but I always feel like Dad and Mom are kind of a unit. The most amazing integrity, the kindest, most loving, best Dad ever. Love you.
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything.
You are.
You can.
Because when I was in high school, I was also considered as somebody that was kind of a standoff person. The girls were always insinuating that I was just standing off, not paying any attention. But of course, what I was really in high school was a quiet person. So I didn't talk a lot. But there are some good memories about those days. But I think that the thing is extremely important is I now use that word 80. The fact that I've been so blessed through the years. Indeed, there was some trauma time through those years, as Linda explained. But also the fact that every time you have a trauma, there's a blessing. And our children, our grandchildren, our friends, that I've been very, very, I'm going to use that word, lucky. And I am so thankful. Here we are today that you're willing to come and have a celebration that honors my 80 years. But I want you to all know my 80 years are only good because of you. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to share anything? Don't be
I'm going to tell a story about the two.
Uh-oh.
It's not really a story, but since we're better late than never, right?
This is Jack's niece.
This is Vicki.
And his sister,
And his sister is in the back. It's Josie,
there.
the one that wanted to spank him for getting into grade.
And every time she
Josie,
sees,
make sure you talk to her.
she is 92 now, and she has had a brain injury, but every time she sees him, she reminds him about that creek and asks him if he wants to go down there.
Yeah.
Now, well, listen, now this was just a little bit touchy, but I got to do it anyway. But there was something that she was really known for whenever I played in that creek. And that is the fact that when she saw what I had done and so forth, and she always called me Jackie. Jackie, if you ever do that again, I'm going to slap your little ass. So to this day, indeed, she's never forgotten. The other thing that's very, very important in terms of Josie is because I was an adopted child, there were four daughters that the family had that took my blood sister and I in. And she actually, because of the fact that I refer to her as my mother, anyway, that she didn't always sleep at night because of a particular problem with asthma. So she was one of my mothers, that lady right now.
Yeah. And that was a good one to have.
Yeah.
But growing up in my grandma's house with him, and of course he was a basketball star, a football star, everything to me. I just totally looked up to him. And then he met Brenda, and they were my ideals. You guys were just it. They were what I looked up to in a relationship. But I was also a very sneaky little girl, and we would get in trouble for going upstairs from my grandma. But my cousins and I, we would sneak up, and we would go in Jack's room.
Talk louder.
And we would read his love letters.
That's funny.
And they had a cup, and I don't remember what it was for, but it had a special date on it. What was that for? guys remember?
I don't remember.
I don't either, and they never would tell me, but I kind of figured it might be the first kiss.
No, they never kissed.
And then you wouldn't know that they were going to be a thing forever or whatever. But I had so much fun growing up and always going through, and then always trying to sneak a peek of what was going on or whatever. And my cousins and I, we always got in trouble for going up there. But I was the worst because I was there the most. So they have been an item forever in my life, and somebody I've always looked up to. One of my idols.
Right. If nobody else has anything to share,
I
Robbie?
just want to say quickly,
Okay.
Jack spoke and he said that we are all his blessings, and I think we'd all agree that Jack has been our blessing. And in the 12 years that I've known this man, which relatively speaking is not nearly as long as most of you, I have never heard him badmouth another human being on the planet ever. He's always been the voice of reason, and he always finds the best in every situation. I don't even think he'd badmouth Biden right now. Anybody that can do that is my hero, Jack. Thank you for all you
Rhapsody, why don't you come up and help me, and we'll do the slideshow before we do the cake. And Josie, Vicky, and Bill, you guys grab some food. I know you're going to want to see
Hey, there's
them.
tater tots.
Yeah, there's still tater tots. So this is not a perfect, it's so hard to find those old pictures, right? And put them together, and I'm not so good at technology, but it's the best effort here to put a few pictures so you can see some of those early ones of Jack, a few other kind of funny ones. So enjoy it, and as soon as we're done, we'll do Jack's birthday cake and dessert.
Hey Brenda,
Yes.
I wanted to say, you know, Jack and I always talk business, and because we both had a lot to do with business, and you guys all say he's really quiet and shy, but he's the only guy I've ever met that had me in a senator's office in a matter of a couple of weeks just over an idea that we had. And I actually think the idea is actually going to happen somewhere down the road. It actually will. And Jack's mind really has he really thinks business big, and he certainly knows how to bring people together to get things done. I certainly found that out.
That's an awesome. His brain never stops, right?
Never.
Never.
It's a gift.
Never. Yeah. It has to be a gift. I don't have it. Thanks,
Yeah, the thing you
Daryl.
and I were talking about?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta get together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you all see back there? Do we need to turn the lights off? Maybe right here?
Shut the pool lights, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's got enough in.
About my dad, because I just love that it says Colonel. I know, I take full credit for giving him that nickname a long time ago.
Toby.
But listen, this is a funny story. One time my dad, Toby, and I had given my dad this hat. It was like something he would never wear, which was like this patriotic eagle with like a truck with wings and something like that. And he would, my dad likes no logos, plain. And so we're down in Las Vegas at Jackson's wrestling tournament. And for whatever reason, he walks he walks around like somebody important. When you see him, he's walking tall. And so people kept coming up to him and going, because they probably had heard me say Colonel. And there was like a line of people coming up to say, thank you for your service. And my dad would walk and just go, you're welcome. And he owned that tournament, and he knew it was too complicated to explain it, and so he just went with it. Anyways, that's funny.
And then we have a last song for Jack, but we'll do that after Kate. His favorite song ever, Unchained Melody. Okay, ready, Deb? 1, 2, everybody sing with us. I'm solo? No. Okay, happy birthday. 1, 2, ready, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo! Happy birthday, dear Jack. Woo! Happy birthday to you. One more. You are now getting old. You are now getting old. Happy birthday, dear Jack. You are now getting old. We're not allowed to have candles and blow them out here. So we blew out the candles already. Yeah, and so everybody, there's, I think Lindsay's gonna, I hope you all saw the cake. Did everybody see it? Okay, Lindsay's gonna help cut the cake, and there's also brownies and Marionberry bars, but please eat some cake. And then if you didn't already, there's a book back there, and you just find somewhere in that book, and you can answer the question, and then write something to Jack. So he has a memory. And then if you haven't had your picture taken by John, where are you? If John is not taking your picture, you go to him and say, can you get a photo of me with someone? Or grab Jack, because we want to make sure we have a memory. So there's still drinks over there, coffee, lemonade, water, tea. And how do we turn the lights on? This is Penny.
All right, Colonel, thank you for your patience, your wisdom, your teaching. You've been a great dad. I learned a lot from you. Happy 80th birthday. I love you very much.
Birthday, Papa.
Love you. And we're going. Are we going? Happy birthday, Papa.
Happy birthday, Papa.
You're the best. Love you.
Okay, tribute to Jack James Johnson McKinney. I've been around you for 30 years. It's been a blessing to me and being part of your family. Love you.